So also YouTube, welcome back to another video. Today we're back with the S7, and today we're going to be doing a little ownership review of what it's like to own this car. I've owned this car for 3 years now, and I've kind of gone through hell with it. I don't know if I'm just unlucky, but I'm going to speak only from my experience. I do not speak for the rest of the platform. We're going to go through things like cost of maintenance, common failures on this platform, as well as some modifications, and I'll kind of give you a price point idea of what it's like to own this car. So let's not waste any time, let's get right into it. All right, so we're going to start off by what's done to the car. Pop the hood real quick. Oh, let me pop this fucking thing off. Fuck, it's hot. Ow, fuck. All right, so I'm running a cold air intake from CTS Turbo. This intake's pretty good. It's doesn't improve intake temps really, but makes cool whoosh noises, so I like it. I'm running these 2 charge pipes from ECS Tuning. They're like 50 bucks. The old ones were a piece of shit, so it was time to get rid of them. I'm also running ECS Tuning blow-off valves. Honestly, kind of a waste of money. It was 200 bucks, and you can't really hear them, so definitely do not buy that. You're better off getting the TGK blow-off valve from TGK Motorsport. So I'm running stock turbo inlets right now. I do plan on upgrading these inlets as well as some R7 turbos to go along with the integrated engineering tune. I do kind of regret going with integrated engineering. I should have went with DS1, but you live and you learn, so don't make that mistake. Definitely go with DS1. So I'm running 20x9 rotiform rims. They've been great. I really like how they look. A lot of people run these rims on Jettas and Golfs, but I thought why not give it a try on a bigger body. But yeah, they're 20x9s. No, I'm lying. They're 20x9.5s, and I'm running a 275/35 tire. I'm just running Pirelli P0 all seasons right now because it's cold in Chicago and I don't want to die during the winter. So moving on to the exhaust, I have a completely full straight pipe paired with an ECS Tuning X pipe paired with these beautiful Akrapovic tips. They actually are real tips. They're not from Temu. Another thing, cosmetically, I do have completely blacked out badges. This one's actually breaking, so I've got to reorder this one, but I think they look pretty good. It's nothing crazy, but just little slight things that make the car look a lot better. So another thing, cosmetically, I have this grill. It's just a cheap eBay grill. It's a little honeycomb grill. Everyone does this. This doesn't actually fit. This is from my dad's Q7, so this kind of sits in that funky, but I like how it looks, so I'm going to keep it there. All right, so that's everything done with the engine. Now let's move on to the interior. All right, so for the interior, I just have this ambient lighting that goes along the doors and the dash. Thought it was a nice little touch. Kind of modernizes the interior. I really like how it looks. You can customize the colors, do all sorts of stuff. It was just a cheap kit off of Amazon. I'll try and link it in the description because a lot of people have actually asked me for this. But yeah, other than that, that's pretty much it. I just have these pedal extensions as well as a radar and a dash cam, you know, the basics. And yeah, that's it for the interior. Alright, so while we go for a drive, let's talk about the main issues on this platform. One of the notorious failure points has to be the PCV system. The PCV system in these cars is essentially garbage because it's made out of plastic and they fail very, very often. Another thing that can go bad on this platform very often is transmissions. There's always horror stories of people's transmissions blowing up at 40,000 miles, 50,000 miles. I've not had any issues with my transmission, as far as I know. But I do know that eventually if I end up going bigger turbos, I'm going to have to upgrade the clutch packs and the transmission, because the DSG really doesn't like more than like 700, I'd say about 800 horsepower. That's when you really start to have issues on clutch slippage. Now, another common issue that I tried to get to as quick as I could because I hated how it felt is the drive shaft carrier bearing. On the OEM one, the rubber wears out over time and it just really sucks to drive. The car feels really sloppy and jerky, and upgrading and changing that one to an aftermarket one really helps the drivetrain feel more stiff and in place. The OEM one is garbage. It fails. Mine failed. It was 80,000 miles and it was completely gone. I had so much play in the drive shaft, it was insane. Now, I'm not going to include this as a common failure point, but I did have a few injectors start leaking, which had to get replaced. And for those of you that don't know, the injectors sit under the intake manifold on the sides of the engine, exactly where the frame rail is, which means you have to drop the engine to get to them. So it's a very expensive and time costly job. Injectors go for about 400 a pop. So yeah, definitely not a cheap job. Another common failure point on these motors are the engine mounts. These 4.0T engine mounts have hydraulic fluid inside of them to help stabilize the motor and absorb all the vibrations coming from the motor. However, these fail over time, and once the fluid leaks out of them, they're essentially garbage and there's nothing holding your engine. They're kind of just sitting on top of each other like this. I opted for some 034 Track Sport engine mounts. They've been pretty good so far, as long as you don't mind a little bit of vibration into the cabin. Other than that, I've not really had any big issues. I guess if your car got optioned in with the air ride, you might have an issue where the bags start leaking. I had a problem with my 2 front bags. They were absolutely cooked, and every time I would come to the car in the morning, it'd be slammed on the ground like I'm a little JDM stance boy. Alright, so I think that's about everything that I wanted to talk about in this video. I'm going to leave a mod list with all the links and prices to everything. I'll try my best to find everything. There might be some things I can't find. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, make sure to comment down below. I'll try and answer as much as I can. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. It really helps me out. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Peace.